Talofa Samoa, good morning, and welcome back to Generation for Tomorrow, a youth show that talks about youth issues happening in Samoa and highlighting amazing stars that are coming as our borders have opened. Before we introduce our amazing young artist, we want to show a little clip on what he's been doing so far. Talofa Samoa, welcome back. You just heard an amazing young artist coming out of Australia that's here with us in Samoa on vacation, but I'm guessing all of us are bothering him to come on our shows and radio shows. Lisi and his manager, Christian, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good, thank you.
Good, thanks.
It's good to be here.
And we just got off radio too, so we've been doing a lot. Your schedule has been busy. What's it been like coming back home? I mean, I know you've been here before, but as an adult.
Yeah, it's good. Man, it's different for me because last time I came, I was just like you said, a kid. But it's good to come back and see the beautiful Samoa. Also get to party a bit more and do the things that I wasn't allowed to do when I was younger. But it's a different experience and I'm enjoying it.
What about you, Christian? You lived here, so.
No, yeah, it's good coming back. I mean, for me, this is home. So I've lived here for a few years, gone back and done a few things here. So for the measles, and then came back. Was planning to stay for a few weeks, then ended up being 3 months. So no, but I'm coming back with Lisi and the platform we've created back home in terms of our record label and music is. It's good. It's good to be here and to share it with our people because we're all proud Samoans. So to be able to come back and try and give back in some way to our own people is something I think we hold special in our hearts. Yeah.
And like you said, even though you're here partying, it's because you've been working hard.
Yeah.
And you gotta give it up to that. Can you tell about your last year? It's just been crazy.
Yeah. So this year been busy. It's not even finished yet, but we've done 11 cities. That's within Australia and New Zealand. So we've just been working, doing shows, making music. I've had about 2 drops this year, got one more coming, maybe 2 more. We'll see how we go. But just been working, doing shows, and in the studios, just never stops. Been traveling a lot, and So when we come to Samoa, we came for a break and we came for holiday, and we're enjoying it a lot. But we still got work to do here as well.
It's good to come back to your roots, to start back, right? Refresh before you go back out and back to your family. So do you have a lot of family here?
I do have quite a lot of family. Most of them are in New Zealand though, and they got stuck there for COVID.
Yeah.
And then I think they'll be trying to make their way back soon. But I got a lot of family. I'm from Vaiala, and my other side stay in Tupulaga, but we originate from Whasikokai.
Yeah. So, and Christian, your villages?
So my mum's from Wailo Palauli and my dad's from Whangaloa.
So have you guys got a chance to go to your villages and?
Yeah, I've definitely gone to see my family, and still got to see a bit more.
Not at the moment. I've been busy. We've been busy setting things up, but hopefully by this weekend, probably not likely, but we'll get a chance to catch up with some family and while we're here.
And if you haven't listened to your music, I think everybody in Samoa and everywhere knows your music. You always put Samoan in there. Is it hard, or did you have to talk to your management before you put Samoan, words, trying to go viral? You know what I mean? Yeah. Not everyone understands Samoan. How has that been?
No, because it's pretty much how we speak. Where we not fluent Samoan in Australia, but I mean little words like sole, uso, that's how seki. So we say that stuff to each other. So I guess, and me being who I am and the authenticity of my rap is I speak how I speak in normal, in real life on my tracks as well. So it wasn't that hard to incorporate those sort of words into there. But for certain theme songs, say for instance Baby We On, where I said it's Kongai vibes, you just that's when you sort of implement those words the Samoan foods and little words here and there. It's not that hard, but and I try to make sure that I do that so that people in Australia, all the Balangis and all the, you know, different cultures in Australia, they know that Lisi, that rapper is Samoan.
And they use our words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
cool part.
Yeah.
Christian, how has it been being on this ride with this young artists? And you guys are on an amazing ride. I've been watching. I know it's been a long time, but how has it been?
No, it's been good. I mean, going back on talking about the language, I don't think people understand, especially Samoans, understand the scale of what Samoan artists are doing, especially in Australia and New Zealand, in Australasia, because words like uso become so popular now, especially with, you know, with white people in Australia and New Zealand. It's such a distinguished word to call someone, you know, your white friend, your uso,
Yeah.
and Samoans are, you know, shout out to all the Polynesian artists, but I think, you know, without being biased, Samoans are actually changing the game of Australian music. You know, you got Lisi and part of our record label are all Samoan artists. So, and the West, Knox, Lord Lance, Ezra James, all part of our Castile label. And then you got like the Trailblazers, like 1-4, you got HB Boys, Hooligan Hefs, and they're all Samoan artists. Samoan heritage, but in terms of the journey that we've had, and it's been good. Like we've signed a deal. We signed a deal a year ago, just a little over a year ago with Warner Music, which was a big achievement, accomplishment for us, and our label's Castile Records. So, you know, the journey has its ups and downs, but you know we've been blessed enough to have more wins than losses, and we're just going to keep building. I mean, sometimes this guy can be a bit of a kid, but that's when we go into, you know, crisis control. But yeah, and the rest of the label, they're all the same. Just, you know, sometimes I got to remember, you know, these guys are still kids.
Yeah.
You know, so
Just living life.
and just living life.
Just living life.
But we have a massive support system. You know, obviously in Samoa, Ainga is everything. So we've got a massive support system back home. Not only family, but our whole community back there in Ipswich.
Yeah, shout out Gunnar.
I think that's the good part, like you're saying. We talked about earlier on the radio too, the support team, making sure that it's everybody's trying to win. We're bringing everyone up.
Yeah.
And you just talked about a few artists that from Australia. Have you been doing work with them, the other Samoan artists?
Yeah, I dropped a song just recently. My last drop was a couple of weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah, like a month ago.
Yeah, with HB Boys, one of HB Boys, HB on it, and yeah, I got a lot of work. I've done songs with 046, just working a lot with the poly rappers that are coming up now, and yeah, we're all just trying to stay on that same page and win together. At the end of the day, we're all Samoans and we all just want to do good for our families and our people.
Does the other, I don't really know the other artists, do they do Samoan stuff too, or?
And I rap all of the same genre sort of thing. Yeah, but a lot of Samoan singers, there's Samoans killing it everywhere in Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand especially. Yeah, so it's good to, we even got Kylan to do our next music video, which is videography, there's someone's doing everything in where we're from, so.
And that's a good thing that you guys are making sure that everyone knows you guys are Samoan. You just said Warner Brothers too. That's huge, and to make sure that people understand that, we're a part of that. We're gonna be right back after these messages. Good morning, Samoan. If you're just tuning in, this is Generation for Tomorrow, a show that happens every Wednesday, 9 to 10. We're excited to have the amazing Lisi with us and his manager, Christian, talking about the rap game, the music industry, especially youth that are watching right now, what you need to stay in your passion. We were talking about your record label, and you guys just started it. What's that been like?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Just, I guess nothing really changes.
Yeah.
The process still stays the same. We make music. We stay in the studio. We could do shows. I think it's just we get to give out the opportunity for other artists to want to make music as well and want to be serious about it. We just provide those resources for them, that marketing and stuff. But yeah, other than that, no, nothing really changes in terms of what we do. We just do our thing, get in the booth, spit, rap. Sorry, we rap and we just try and make the best music we can.
Christian?
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a process. I think it's been a little over a year now since we signed the deal, and our record label Castile. So signed it, like I mentioned before, we signed a deal with Warner Music, and so which was a big thing for us, for them to distribute our music. But glory to God, we were able to receive those opportunities. And like Lisi said, it's just, we did it specifically for our community because there's a lot of aspiring artists, to be able to elevate them, provide the resources to be able to, take their music to the next level. We felt like in Australia and New Zealand, that's what we needed to do to be able to support our community. We're big on community, and that's what we always, our community that we rep. So we didn't only want to rep them in the songs, but we wanted to be serious about it. So, we got a good team. Lance, other director of the label, got Ezra James, who's the main man who works on all the music. And then we got our producers, so got a team of producers, and we actually own our own studio as well. So that was another big thing to provide for the community. And we have a lot of up and coming artists that come through, that guys like Lisi, the West, Ezra, Rika, and the boys work with, that we have coming up, and a lot of Polynesian aspiring artists that we have. So I think that was the main motivator to be able to start the label, was for our people, not only Samoan people, but for Pacific people.
For our people.
I think for people that don't get it, Lisa probably could have signed and left everybody. If you're watching, he didn't need to bring everyone with him.
I should have.
But you didn't,
Yeah,
and that's not you. And I think that speaks a lot for who you are and who Samoan people are. We're always trying to bring everyone up with us, but making sure that it's the right people too. So when you guys sign people, how do you make sure that they're going to be part of the crew? Like, we're not going to just take anyone up with us. What's that been like?
Well, for me, it's like you just got to be hungry. You got to work hard for anything that you want in this life, whether it be in the music or, TV, rugby, sport. Whatever you want to do in life, you just got to work for it. You got to stay hungry. You got to want to be in the studio. You got to want to, you got to want to be ready with your raps every time that we go and make a beat. Like that's the sort of drive that I look for when I see other artists, and because I know that damn well that they're gonna, they're gonna work hard for their position. This is not something that you just get given. This is something that you got to work for. You got to take. So that's something that I look for, is just the drive in other artists, and just the passion for making music, rapping. Or even singing, whatever it is you do, that could help our label. We could help you help elevate yourself, you know what I mean? Because anyone can work so hard. You got to have some people on the outside, behind the scenes, pushing you as well, like with other stuff in terms of like business and, music videos and stuff like that, where you just want artists to focus on the music. But yeah, that's the only thing that I look for, is someone that works hard for what they want, and yeah.
I think, and especially with Samoans, we always know that, not that we don't work hard, but we always have something going on. You know what I mean? Like, so they got to miss out on those kind of things. Like, if you're really hungry for this, hey, that party, there's going to be a bigger party 100. In 5 more years. Yeah. We're about to be in Hollywood, New York. That little party at the garage, that's okay, but think bigger.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I hear from you, Christian.
I think sometimes a big thing is sometimes you got to go against the grain, you
Yeah.
know. So even if it means you got to go against. So a lot of like my parents are older. Lisi's parents are a young generation, but my parents, you know, they're old traditional Samoan way. So it's becoming a new thing and it's still developing. And a lot of parents back in Australia and New Zealand, with their kids becoming musicians. Because they're like, oh, is it gonna, you know, is it gonna pay the bills? And my so kupe from that too. So, but we're starting to see that there's, you know, with technology advancing, that there's plenty of ways to be able to monetize your music and as an artist, so YouTube and distribution. So, so yeah, in terms of that, it's just about being focused and everything that Lisi said. You know, you got to be motivated. You know, you can't expect us to sign you as an artist and then try and motivate you at the same time. I just think we don't have time for that. You've got to come and be motivated and ready to be able to excel and know what you want. And our role, or my role, as, you know, a record label director or manager, is pretty much provide you with the resources and then let you go. And you know, I've networked with heaps of, you know, big corporations that'll be able to provide. You know, we're blessed enough to even get clothing sponsorship, you know, from Foot Locker, and Foot Locker's a huge brand, Nike, and, you know, we never thought we'd be in a position where they're sending us shoes every month, free shoes every month for the whole team. So, and that's how blessed we are. And then there's a studio for people to use as well. So, and then, yeah, just staying grounded and humble. I think for me, big thing is humility. The moment you get to where you feel like you're better than everyone else, then, yeah, we don't really like that stuff. But, yeah, like I said, we're just here to support, you know, especially our Polynesian artists, because we're a minority, as you mentioned before, especially in Australia. Like, you know, if we go out there and we're not equipped with, you know, being able to courageous to be ourselves as Samoans, then we'll get swallowed up, like big time.
And I think that's what Lisi said earlier, to be authentic and to be yourself, because the game is hard. And to be real and don't lie about your lifestyle. Just be real, because...
Well, just think of it like, man, if you're trying to be a rapper or a singer or someone, and you're trying to copy someone else that's already out there, they've already got it. Like, you know, why try and be a Drake if there's already a Drake? Why try and be a, you know, Mr. T? Why try and be a Mr. T if there's a Mr. T? You know, try and be yourself and watch people attract you yourself. Did that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, but I like how you said, because even with your music, how you said that in Australia, that's how you guys speak Samoan. Because you can't speak it straight out, you speak Samoan English. I think with the artists in Samoa, if we're good at Samoan rapping, stay with Samoan. Don't need to speak English. What you have different is you speak Samoan fully.
Yeah.
So stay with
be
it.
yourself, man.
We're actually big fans of, like, you know, everyone thinks that we sit around and listen to
rap all day.
To rap, like American, especially American rap, or, you know, commercialized rap. But man, we jam all the Samoan music.
Yeah, we like Samoan music.
We'd rather listen to that, and then obviously the music we produce is predominantly English, but, you know, with, you know, the slang like seki and uso and all the Samoan references. But yeah, when we sit around and we want to relax, yeah, we listen to Samoan music.
And that's sort of where the authenticity comes from, is, you know, like you said earlier, I'll go back earlier, just putting that Samoan language in, a little bit of it, drips and drabs. Just comes back to what we listen to. Like we said, listen to Samoan music all the time. We don't always listen to rap. We don't always, and that's just us being real, authentic, and
yeah, and just seeing people, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a trend. You're gonna see people like, hey, oos, hey, you know what I mean, everywhere. Say the little Samoan words, or say it to you. I'm sure a lot of artists
I'll go
come
to
up to you.
Festival, and you know, we do like a festival, and we got the whole crowd full of Palangis, singers, all different types of cultures, and then they're all singing, "That's my uso, I love." And it's like they're singing the words back to us, but they're not even Samoan. It's crazy though. It's buzzy for us to see. Gives us goosebumps because, You know, that's sort of like, that's right. Samoans,
Yeah,
we
I
can
think it's
sing
just
Samoan
being.
words.
I think it's we feel proud, you know, that everyone knows that that word. I mean, like it's it's a phase now, you know, like it's a craze now that people, especially the word also, back in Australia and New Zealand, like there's even memes about if you're in a rugby team and the Samoan calls the Balangi Nuso, he feels like he's achieved something amazing in life. So, and then we do that choo.
Yeah.
This guy implements it into his sets, and people go crazy. So they love it. They love that kind of stuff. So, I think that's us about not only being authentic, but about being proud of our culture and how we can share that. Well, we've been to many cities. We did a sold-out tour of New Zealand, and it was refreshing to be able to do it. Because the song "My Also" was man, that's a popular song. Shout out to Standard.
Shout out Standard.
Yeah, shout out Standard with that track because all the Balangis are singing and stuff like that. So.
And we'll be right back with more talk with Christian and Lisi. Good morning, Samoan. Welcome back to Generation for Tomorrow, a youth show that talks about youth issues and amazing youth that are in our country. And with borders opening, we've had amazing people come in. We're really excited and honored to have rapper artist with us, Lisi, and his manager, Christian, on the show today. We're talking about the rap game. If you're out there and you're tuning in, this is probably the greatest time. Come back at 5 if you miss it to learn more about what we're talking about. You guys talked about your parents are young, so it's kind of different. In Samoa, a lot of artists here, their parents are not supportive because they can't make money, or they don't see it making money because they haven't seen that, in Samoa. Is it different for you in your support with your parents?
Yeah, it is. Because I've got young parents, as you said, so they understand what it's like to want to chase a career that you want to pursue. So they let me do what I want to do. Oh, not like what I want to do, but I mean, like they let me choose the career path that I want to choose, and they support me 100%. And yeah, now it's paying off for them.
And I was telling you earlier, I watched your videos, and you just did an orchestra, and your mom is in the audience. Yeah. And I think for any Samoan that watches that, we're all like, I think all Samoan boys are mama boys. Might be a problem for a lot of us. But your mom is standing up the whole time, and I love that. Is family a big thing for you? I mean, you're bringing everyone with you, so I know family is a big thing to you. Is your family with you the whole time?
Yeah, my family are real supportive. I love my family, and that's how I see it is. Growing up, no one's really by your side like your family.
Yeah.
You have friends come and go, relationships that like work out, that don't work out, but your family, they always stick by you. You can have fallouts and that, but at the end of the day, they're your blood, and they're the ones that'll be there when you need them most, and that's why I always keep them, because they were all I had at one point in terms of when I was at my lowest. Now that I'm doing well, they're the ones that I want by my side as well.
And do they come to all your concerts, all your...
Yeah, almost, yeah. It's annoying because, like, sometimes I just want to, let
Party
loose.
it up.
And, let loose, be young and do certain things. But I got my mum standing backstage, so I got to be careful with what I say. And but they support me and I love it. So
I think, and that's what you said, Christian, earlier. That it's different now with the next generation and their parents. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so yes, so like I said, like sometimes you have to go against the grain. So seeing more and more kids just get out of their comfort zone, because going to Australia or New Zealand from Samoa, parents are obviously going to try and pursue a better life and provide better opportunities for their kids, and that's nothing against what they have or what we have here in Samoa, but I mean in terms of money and receiving, an income and things like that. So for kids to be musicians, like Samoan parents are like, hey, just go out and get a degree, or go out and work at a normal 9-to-5 job. And sometimes kids are too scared to go against their parents, obviously, because that whāloalo, that respect that they have for their kids, for their parents, they don't want to do that. They don't want to get or you're scared you might get a hiding or anything like that. But we're starting to see now that, we're starting to develop and change mindsets and change attitudes, so, we can show our parents that there are other ways to be successful. And that's not only getting a degree or going to work or being a boss in any field of whatever you're doing or you're pursuing. It's, you can be a musician, you can be an artist as well.
And I think that's the good thing about your label, because then for any parents, you get to go and talk to the parents, right? Yeah. Have you done that? Have you guys gone out like, don't worry, I'm going to take care of your son. I'm going to feed him every day.
Not yet, because we haven't really signed anyone that's, one, that's young.
Yeah.
And two, we were still just stuck to the close boys that we have now.
At the moment,
so I don't think, because that's more like for the under 18, so you'd have to talk to the parents. But
at the moment, I think, and what we have is our core group.
Yeah.
And we've had our core group for the year, and we're trying to develop with our core group, which is obviously Lisi, who leads our label, and then we've got the West, who are another 3 Samoan boys as well, which Lisi is a part of, and then we have Knox, as well, who's Samoan as well, and then we have Lance and Ezra James, and then Rika, who's our producer, who's still sleeping at the moment back at Tommy Sina. But that's our core group that we have, and most of them are they're all adults, can make their own choices. But there is one kid we're developing at the moment who's still young. I think for him as well, I'll need to go and talk to his parents and explain the process. But that's that's Lisi's call to make when we decide to bring him up. So whenever Lisi feels like he's ready, then that's when I'll step in and be like, hey, I need to go talk to his parents, because I know his parents, and they're older. So, but I mean, when we cross that road, we'll need to get there. But I think a lot of the parents in the community, like my parents too, they understand what's going on now. A lot of the older parents as well, so they understand what's going on, and they're supportive. I see nothing but support in our community, especially from all the older Samoan people. So,
and I think it is a new generation, because you see Samoan parents following their kids for rugby.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot. Lapi's a really good friend of mine, and they moved their whole family from New Zealand to Australia for their son.
Yeah.
And you never seen stuff like that.
Yeah, debuted for the Broncos.
But you never seen that before. You used to just, like, if a kid can't make it from, the field with his own people, then they don't make it.
I think that's the thing, is that you haven't seen that before, because of, the first gen, Samoan immigrants that were in New Zealand, not giving their kids the opportunity. And now those kids are growing up, have their own kids, they're doing what they wish they had, so it works hand in hand. I think it's just the way of the world nowadays, and yeah,
and I think that's what we need to make sure that what we didn't have, that we give back to the next generation, especially making sure that things don't come so fast. Like, you have to, like you said earlier, you have to stay focused, you have to be hungry, you have to stay and have that fire. In order to do that, then you win. But it's not like a quick, you do one rap today and you're a freaking billionaire tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot of time, hard work, and patience, especially when you have
we always talk about
a manager like you.
We always talk about being consistent. So, especially in the game, in the music game in Australia and New Zealand, you got to be consistent. Because if you're not consistent, then you'll be left behind, and people will just come, and it's always about who's the hardest worker in the room. And there's room for more than one hard worker. So I think that's what we try and do. But at the same time, the reason why we're here in Samoa is have a break and refresh and reset and then go again. So the rest of our year is crazy. It's crazy.
Do you get scared, Lisi, that you're going to lose this? Or you're like, I'm not even where I want to be yet?
Yeah, I'm not scared, because, man, I just work. You do enough work and the results come in. What was it? You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So, been sowing a lot lately, and I'm definitely gonna make it all back. Make my family proud, make my hood proud, where I'm from, and hopefully my people too.
I know you said earlier about being from, I want to say it wrong, Goodna.
Yeah.
You rep your hood, you rep Samoa as well.
Yeah.
So what's that like, repping both?
So I rep my culture, Samoa, but my home is Goodna. I'm from Goodna back in Brisbane.
And you rep it a lot, so
Yeah.
is there a reason why?
It's because you're just proud of coming from where we're from to be on the stage where we're at now. It's a big thing. I think it's like when NWA rep Compton, or when Tupac reps LA. That's the same sort of vibe that we have with our hood and where we're from. We're just proud of starting from scratch in a little suburb such as Goodna, and now, like I said, done 11 cities this year. I've been all over Australia and New Zealand, and just get to go out and do a bit more. And also shows that it doesn't matter where you're from, no matter how low status it is, you still be mad.
I think the closest comparison would be like Dawn Raid and repping South Auckland.
Yeah.
So it's a similar setting, low socioeconomic area and background of people. So, and we have a lot of Samoans where we live. And you see everyone has the emblem on the back of their cars and proud to rep Samoan, but we're also proud to be from where we are and elevate to, the world stage. So, that's what we're trying to do and just show people, that's your identity. Our identity is being Samoan from Goodna and being proud of it. Being sort of without your identity, you're nothing,
And I like what you're saying, like to make sure that, you could be from the hood, you could be from Goodna, and still make it out with a support team. You guys are doing this not from scratch, but you're doing the proper way. I love that as an artist, as young as you are, you have a good head on your shoulders, you have a good team, you made your own label. That's different. A lot of people could have went and been a billionaire to another label, but you wanted to make sure that you're going to bring everyone with you to the next stage. What's the next thing for you?
What, here in Samoa?
Anything.
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't really plan for tomorrow. I'm sort of a bloke that takes each step as it comes. Just work step by step. But yeah, if I'm doing the same thing I'm doing now in the next 10 years, I'm happy because I love this life. And whether I'm making music and doing shows just the same as now, hopefully on a bigger scale within 10 years. But even if it's at this level too, I'm grateful for the opportunities and the blessings I have and making the most of it as much as I can.
We'll be right back after these messages. Good morning, Samoa, and welcome back to Generation for Tomorrow, a youth show that talks about youth issues and amazing youth that are on island or our own people that are giving back and making sure that we talk about the industry, the music industry. So if you're tuning in right now, it's a great time. If you can't make it, you missed part of the show, tune back in at 5 o'clock tonight to listen in, or on our Facebook page, TV3, with the live video. Lisi and Christian, it's been amazing having you guys with us today. We talked about your first week, you just a little bit of a break. You've been on an 11-city tour, and then yours are going to work. You guys got a workshop. Can you talk about what else is happening this week?
Yeah, we got a workshop tonight. Doing a workshop tonight. Where is it?
We're just doing it at Tommy Sina, but shout out to Ice by Radio for organising that.
Got a video clip tomorrow.
Angela and Sefa and the crew for organising that workshop. So the workshop is for aspiring artists, Samoa. So we felt like, we're here on vacation, we're here on a break. We've been celebrating, our wins this year, but we also wanted an opportunity to give back. We just didn't want to come, so we linked up with Ice by Radio and organised that workshop because in terms of what we can share in our knowledge, I think people would appreciate that. So we wanted to come and share our journey and knowledge and what we know to be able to help them, to elevate them.
Have you guys listened to the local artists?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit here and there. So
There's a lot.
there's
a lot of Samoan artists, so it would be great to hear your story and being authentic. I think that's what's gonna drive them tonight when you guys do your guys' workshop.
Not only local artists or musicians, but there's quite a few videographers. So we've got the boys, the Moon Boy Studios. Shout out to also Carla and Kevin and Jacob, and they've just arrived from Australia. And then we also have rec producers. So our boy Rekka, who's our sound engineer producer.
And a DJ.
And DJ, he does most of Lisi's stuff. So shout out to The Edge. We'll see you guys this weekend.
And I think people need to understand you need all of that to do a production, to do a show. You need all of them part of it. You need someone to document it, to post it. You need a good DJ, a hype man. So I've watched your guys' videos, and it's, I love the whole thing. You could feel the ainga. You feel seeing all of you guys up there, and everyone just loving it, even in the crowd. What makes you, how do you get hyped for that?
I don't know. It's just, it's like natural for me.
You look so calm in the background.
Yeah.
You're just quiet, and then you just run out, and I'm just like, how did this person go from 0 to 100?
It's like, before I get on stage, I'm real nervous. I get real bad, anxious.
Anxiety.
I'm just scared of, what if the crowd doesn't like it, what if there's, I hear booing and stuff, but that's usually not the case. However, those butterflies do humble me, they keep me grounded, and when I get out there, it's just a natural ability comes out, and I perform. And
I think one thing for the whole team before we prepare to go out is we're probably not the most religious people, in terms of on the straight and narrow, but we always make time to do our prayer, our circle, and talk. I usually give the speech, and then we say a prayer, and ask Heavenly Father to help us on this journey that we're about to partake in. I think not only this guy, he gets anxious. I think we all do. Everybody gets nervous. It's human nature, for us to be nervous. So I'm not even performing, and I'm stressed and getting a lot of grey hairs because I just want everything to be perfect. So, and that's like a lot of the other boys, because most of the time we're all on the road together. There's a lot of moving parts, and we just want to I just want to make sure that everything is perfect, and so do the other managers as well. So, I think prayer is important for us, because without the guidance of Heavenly Father, we wouldn't be where we are today.
And your shows have been sold out.
yes.
How does that feel? Your first sold out show, how does that feel?
Yeah, it's alright. I remember, like, whether it's a sold out show or 5 people in the crowd, they still get the same show from me. So, I don't know if it really changes, but yeah, no, it's cool to have a sold out crowd, better response, and yeah. It's
And you
nice.
guys are also here doing a clip. You guys are going to start doing a video.
Yeah, for my
Thinking
next
about
release.
the MTV. And MTV, we didn't know what it was like MTV.
For my next release. Gonna do a video here in Samoa and take that back to Australia, let them watch that, see the beautiful country, the motherland that we're from, and yeah.
Yeah, and if you're out there, we're looking for a girl for the. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, whoa, wrong song.
My mom's watching. My mom's
Yeah,
watching.
come on.
The girls, my mom, and my grandma.
I don't think people, especially in Samoa, understand the scale of production that we're about to produce. Fitting now that the borders are opened and tourism. So when we were listening to the track and we had planned to come to Samoa, we were thinking of a video clip, and I said, bro, there's nothing better than going to showcase Samoa, because it's I think you mentioned it before, it's about making it out. Mm-hmm. You said it's about making it out. The song's called Make It Out. So Moonboy Productions have come in. They're probably the best in Australasia on that side of the world. So they're all here. So man, we're about to showcase the beauty of Samoa on another level. Yeah.
And that's what I think, like you said, the crowds have been listening. The other races, Chinese, black, white, everyone's been listening, using your words as well, and now showing them.
Yeah.
This is what you're missing out. And tourism, if you're watching, you haven't given us enough love. You better see this, because you're about to give us first class tickets next time when you roll through.
Everyone come to Samoa after this video.
Yeah.
Just gonna get
But we just wanted to do it for us. We didn't want to do it for anything else. We wanted to showcase that, this is what we're doing in Samoa, and hopefully it'll create a trend. There's already people, I know this guy's already got his fellow artists he always talked to about seeing, like I've had people reply to my stories on Instagram and be like, man, we want to come Samoa. And these aren't just small-time artists. These are people with thousands and thousands of followers on Instagram. Mellow Downs, yeah. HB Boys, you know. So
KJ Upper just left.
KJ, yeah. So it's good that we could showcase, and with what the platform that, especially what Lisi has, and man, we're excited to see this video clip, because I know everybody back home is behind it, especially our label Warner. They're excited too when they heard the track, and we said we're going to film it in Samoa. So hopefully it goes viral, and we could help develop, more and more into the economy here in Samoa, and bring people back coming to Samoa other than, Fiji or Asia or something like that,
And you guys are filming, because you guys are leaving next week. I don't want to see the date, because then everyone's going to be at the airport. But you're leaving.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to film
3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. And then, I think centerpiece will be his village, his mom's village of Waiala. Mm-hmm. So we'll be in Waiala a lot of those days. So, everyone in Waiala are more than welcome to come through. And then we'll be on the buses showcasing the beauty beaches of Samoa and the schools as well. So we'll be visiting some schools.
I think that's the best part. You're still bringing in who you are. You're from Viola. That's my family. Goodna. That's who you are. And if you're watching and listening, just be authentic. Rep your village. Rep where you come from. If you're from the struggle, rep it. Because when you come out of it, you can't forget your past, right?
100%. 100%.
Lisi, any last words to kids out there that don't get the support, that their family's telling them that please don't do music, do something else, but they love music and they're hungry?
Look, passion will take you a long way. Passion will take you a long way. You show dedication, you put in hard work. You take every opportunity as it comes, because trust me, everyone starts with nothing. Everyone starts from square one. And God willing, everything will fall in your favor.
Thank you. Christian?
No, just going off what Lisi said is just here. Passion will take you a long way. And just do your best, in terms of your family, and if you lack support, sometimes it's all you need is yourself to take you all the way, and people will come and understand to see, once you get those wins. But we're grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to our shoot and workshops and working more with the people, our people, Samoa. Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on the show again. We're
Thank you.
honored to have you both. You have one more week here. Like they said, check out Viola one of these 3 days. I don't know if you want to sleep on the field, but they're going to do a video clip. We're excited for that. Safe travels back. If you're a part of the workshop, I heard the workshop is closed. You're lucky, so take advantage of everything you hear tonight with the boys, and we will be at schools. So check out. I don't know if I should say the schools because I'm getting scared. Yeah, but we will be visiting schools with Brown Girl Woke. Thank you also for taking my invitation to hosting you guys.
Thank you.
Listen in tonight at 5 o'clock if you missed out. Like they said. Stay in your passion, stay focused, hungry, and it'll come. Thank you, TV Theory.